Good morning, everyone. I would say happy 4th of July, but there seems to be some debate about whether or not this is a good year for 4th of July or not. We declare our Independence Day, but somehow our independence seems to be not as free as it once was. So that's why I chose this topic today. Um, are you in 3D codependency? Are you ready to step out of the storm? Because that's what we need to do. Uh, First, I'd like to say if you like our content, if you want to hear more of it from some great practitioners, ring the bell. You'll get notified. Like and share our page. We have some great practitioners offering great bouts of wisdom. Now, I have to admit, I didn't know if I was going to do one today. It's not because I have anything special planned for the 4th of July and that, oh golly gee, I'm going to be at a barbecue and hanging out with a bunch of friends and family. I am, but that's going to be later. I just was really struggling with what I wanted to say and how I wanted to say it. Um, I was talking to a friend of mine this week, and this is why I thought maybe this is a good time to talk about this. Uh, he's caught between a couple. One is a heavy alcoholic, and the other one is the codependent. And the alcoholic did some pretty obnoxious things, threatened to kill themselves because they loved this person so much they didn't want to hurt them anymore. And the person was like, I'm done, I've had enough. But this seems to be a push me, pull me game that's done all the time. And I had to ask him, and what part are you playing in this? You realize that this is the triangle of codependency. You have the savior up at the top, you have the abuser over here, and right across the way is the victim. And back to the savior. And what we're doing is that we're struggling with how these things are working. We're struggling with how this happens to us. We get caught up in the drama, and it starts at a really young age. It starts as soon as you incarnate it because you've bought onto this 3D thought process of playing these games. And we fool ourselves thinking that everybody else has got to make our life better for us, that somehow, some way, we're not going to be happy if we're not rich enough, pretty enough, young enough, thin enough. We're letting societal dictation rule us. And what I mean by dictation is they're writing rules and we're believing it. We're buying into it. And I'm saying this because there's just too much. It's more than we can handle. It's more than we should be doing. Um, Friends who vibe with you, family that vibe with you, they want what you want. And if you're hanging out with a bunch of people who are playing these games, your ego got involved. Somehow you're in this twisted sense of, I've either got to be the victim, I've got to be the savior, I got to be the one that knows everything, I was right to begin with, I got to be the one that makes everybody else listen to the way I think they should do. I'm going to force everybody to do it my way. And it's the drama game. It's, you know, we call one person is called the savior because they're rescuing the victim. But that role changes because, you know, the victim goes back to the abuser and goes, well, so and so told me this is what I've got to do. Well, then that person now becomes the victim because the person who was victimizing themselves and got such sage advice from the advisor, from the savior, is now telling this person how wrong they are. You know, the abuser becomes the savior because they're going to save them from bad advice from the savior. So that now they're going to rescue the other person. This is such a convoluted game that we just keep going into it. And it's for nothing more than ego. It's for nothing more than this three-dimensional, I've got to be right. I'm living in fear. Life is going to be the way it's going to be. I can't do anything about it. Somebody has the power over me. BS. Everyone gets to play, or somebody steps out of the game. The minute you step out of that game, the moment that you choose not playing one of those three roles, you become a sovereign person. To be a sovereign nation, we have to be sovereign people, which means we have the power. We have to quit buying into this game that they're messing with us with. They're doing it because this way everyone else is responsible for the damage, and somebody always wins. Somebody up in that hierarchy, somebody in that money pit always wins. Somebody gets to be the star of the parade, whether it be the narcissist, whether it be the government, whoever it is, somebody else gets to win because we're so busy letting them. We're always making somebody else responsible for our choices. The abuser makes themselves the victim. The abuser comes in and goes, well, look at what they did, what the bully did. And now I have to be tough and go out there and fight for you. So they become the victim. And the little prince or princess over here who is really being played for a fool is going, oh, my hero heroine, my God goddess, oh, you delight me. And it's, why? Why are we doing this? The Savior will rescue everyone and tell everyone, look at how I saved this person. I told them, quit taking that person on. Get away from them. I told them. Do you see how this game is? This is, if you apply it to every aspect, when in your workforce, in your commitment to our nation, we're fighting a huge spiritual battle. And we're worried about the mundane things. And that's how they're getting us. They're getting us by making us fear that we'll never be enough, that we won't have enough. We have people taking away free will right and left. And all we're doing is letting them. And we're going, look at what they're doing. Well, guess what? I found out this morning. I'm not positive. I have to do more research on this. But I found out that the indigenous people are facing losing their sovereignty as a nation on their reservation. We stuck them there. We told them you have to rule yourself, but then now, oh, guess what? Game over. We want your lands, we want your casino, we want this, we want that. Stop. If this is happening, we have to stop as a people. We have to stop this from happening. And we are allowing them to do this and we're being the victims. And why are we being the victims? It's so that we can join forces with humanity. Okay? Last week I told you it's not about tribalism. It's not about finding your tribe. It's about being in community. It's about all of us coming together as people and fighting for the rights of everyone. Screaming at the incompetence of our nation is like asking the elite to save us. Why would they? They are making money from us. Yes, I know this. I'm probably going to get in a whole ton of trouble for saying these things, but I'm tired. I'm tired of watching people worry about little things that are happening. Well, my boyfriend cheated on me. Leave him. Who cares? Leave him. I'm tired of people going in there and saying, golly gee whiz, my boss is making me work 20 hours more a week. Get another job. We have the power. We're just not owning it. They have plenty of power. They have plenty. And we can have plenty too. They aren't worried about if their families are going to be dead from bullets or lack of health care, shelter, or food. We need to step up and step out of this game because it's nothing but energy. It's nothing but a mind game of power designated through an energy force. They're tipping the scales of the collective consciousness, and we got to tip it back. It's quit feeding them. Change the game by changing your consciousness. Remove everyone from your world that is making you the bully, begging you to save them, or is negating you. You just it needs to come to an end. We need to come to peace with understanding that to be that sovereign nation that we want to be, we have to be sovereign people. We have to start being a complete sentient being of higher consciousness. Alone is not forever. You know, my son being dead, I'm celebrating his death anniversary. I every year I go in and commune as best as I can with him on his death anniversary. I know that it is one day, every day I live is one day farther from the last time I laughed with him and talked with him, saw him, fought with him. One day farther from that. But I also know that I'm one day closer to being in the same consciousness. And when I go back to the etheric from this life, I also know that I'm already living another life with him in it. And it may be me that dies and he mourns. And it may be a whole lot of things. We do this dance. It's a reincarnation dance over and over again so that we can get out of the dance and into higher consciousness. That's what it's all about. Alone is never forever. It doesn't matter if you lose the people who are bullying you, because you're going to be with people who won't. It's grief is momentary. It hits you, it comes back time and again. It revisits through different people. We have all suffered through loss. And I'm going to do just what my son told me to do. Just keep going. He told me to just keep going. Okay? So I'm creating my life by changing my consciousness today. I'm no one's victim. Okay? And the reason I'm no one's victim is I created every moment that I experienced. This morning I got out of the shower, something popped in my leg, got a little numbness going down the leg. Is that me? Was that my fault? Was that something that just happened? It's my fault if I victimized him. I can't do anything. I can't go anywhere. My leg hurts. Or do I go to the chiropractor and say, hey, fix my leg. Put it back in alignment so I can walk and not feel that numbness going down my leg. We can choose as our excuses as to why we can't do anything. Or we can live and change that moment of time in which we're victimizing. If we say, I can't do this, or I can't live like this, then we're slowing our destiny. We're slowing down that shift to higher consciousness. We're choosing to stand in the mud pile, in the mud pit, while everybody else is getting out. And when they get out, they're taking a shower, they're clean, they're shiny, their vibration is higher. We can just keep wallowing in eating mud pies. It doesn't work for me. I don't want to do it. It's not that I don't fall into 3D consciousness. We all do at some time or another, but living and changing that consciousness is dependent on me making a choice. And we have to change that by changing what we want. We have to let go. We have to let our higher selves manifest a better world with us in it. We don't have to let people tell us it's our fault, because we already know it. We have to own it. It is our fault because we created it. We created every moment that somebody treated us like crap. And why did we do it? So that we would learn that we don't have to do it. Okay? We needed those lessons to get us out. So if you're still blaming it off on mommy or daddy or the ex, then, or the person at work or someone else, then you're choosing to be in victimization. Okay? And those lessons take away your power. The more, if you keep going through the same lesson over and over again, you're losing your power, you're losing your consciousness, you're sinking into that mud pit. But you can own your power now. all been in funky, foggy brain dysfunction, but it's time to wake up. Change everything that isn't serving your higher self. Make a list. Write down everything that isn't working for you. Do you make enough money? No? Put it on the list. Need more money. Do I have the friends that stand by me and me by them as we laugh together, enjoy together? Or do I have the friends that create drama? Or am I sitting there bringing drama to them? I can't do anything. If you're in the drama pit with your friends, write it down. If you're still blaming your parents for what should have been your life future, should have gone to college, should have gone and had a happy marriage, should have had this, should have had that, but your parents were the harbingers of bad deeds for you, and put you down and manipulated you, put it on the list. Change it. You don't have to leave your family and your friends. You just have to change how you interact with them. You don't have to walk away. Just quit being a victim to it and say, hey, you know what? Bygones be bygones. Moving on down the road. We need to get over it and let it all go. And this is where we have to quit trying to change that once was, and change it to rising above what we're doing now. And once we change that, we raise our vibration, we raise our light. And that light will attract other people to you. That light will bring forth a higher manifestation of consciousness for you and for them. And if you're not ready to do the work, I get it, But if you are, change it. If somebody is irritating you, write it down. Write down what it is that they're doing that irritates you. Why? Because you're seeing that irritation. That's what you do. That's what you do. You can say you don't, but it wouldn't irritate you if that's what you did. We don't like what's in us. We don't like the fact that things are moving through. It's a fearful time. These next 2 years are going to be a humongous game of kick my ass. Okay? We don't want to be the whiny person or the bully or the savior. Because if you're saving somebody, you're stopping them from learning their lessons. Stop it. They will not make a change in their life as long as you're going to the rescue to make it okay, fix it for them. Okay? And if you're the bully, why are you bullying? Is your ego so big that you demand subservience? How fun is it to keep bullying people and then going on dumping that person in your life and moving on to somebody else because somebody bullied you? You have to fix the bully you were bullied by. So you have to find for some realm of peace within that heart of yours so people quit being bullies and you quit being the bully. The bully was bullied and the victim was victimized and the savior saves, and we all play the roles. So we have to do our due diligence. We have to own our power to change it. If we don't want to sit in that negative 3D consciousness, for those that don't want it, the shift will happen for you. It can happen right now so that you're standing on the outside, okay? The people who are not willing to shift their consciousness, not willing to step out of that game, well, we'll be watching you, and we're going to be sending you lots of love because we need you on our team. We need you to heal that which is broken so that you can come along to the other side. We're going to be watching you struggle because otherwise you're not going to learn. And we need to have a world without this chaos, a world where war is no longer in existence. Everybody keeps saying they want that time. Everybody says, oh, we have to wait till 2024. You don't have to wait for nothing. You can change it now. You can change everything about you now. so that you don't have to go through the next 2 years thinking, oh my God, my world's coming to an end. If you like the drama, if you want to be a victim to the energies that are coming, I can't help you, but I can love you. If you're playing at metaphysics, meaning, oh, I believe in all this energy stuff, I believe that the world is supposed to be better, you're just talking the talk, if you're not walking the walk, it's duck time. You need to duck, hide, run away, because ego has no part in the 4D consciousness and higher. It just doesn't. We don't have to be pretty. We don't have to be richer. We don't have to be with friends that need our help. We don't have to have that drama in our life. That drama is what they're confusing us with. That drama is what they're keeping us nailed down to a freaking cross, to be martyrs for them, so that they have the power, they have the money, they have no cares in the world, while we sit here in lower consciousness living out our fears, because we keep creating them, because we keep bringing them to consciousness. We keep thinking we can change it. You know what? I watch a lot of people a lot of times going through this, and it's time to break away from ego. It's time to, you don't get to sit there and say, I believe in higher consciousness, but mommy was mean to me. I believe in higher consciousness, but my husband just popped me in the face. I believe in higher consciousness, but my wife just ran off with my best friend and the kids. We don't have to have that. We do if we need the lessons, but we don't have to have it. We don't have to have those lessons. So break away from ego. It ain't going to be pretty if you don't. Know that there are people out there that are willing to step and say, hey, you don't have to be this person. Some of the stuff that I said today wasn't said politically correct. Some of the things that I said today are not going to be sweet and candy coated. I'm not here to be sweet and candy coated today. I'm here to help you shift your consciousness. I'm here to make you want to fight for yourself. I'm here to help you understand that you are so powerful. You are so beautiful within the core of your very beingness. You are a sentient being of higher consciousness. Don't let anybody tell you differently. Follow your intuition. Own that power. See the beauty in your children. Don't victimize yourself to anybody's death. I did. I sat in the closet for a year. I couldn't hardly even move. I had lost my son. We communicated telepathically since he was born, since before he was born. He was in utero, and we connected spirit to spirit because we've had so many lifetimes. So don't let loss hold you back. Don't think that you can't be that beautiful spirit of light that brings healing and love and power to people. You just don't need the ego to feed it with. You just need to do your work. You need to let go of the drama. Know that you can fight through this. We can take back our sovereignty. We can take back our power. We can take back our free will. You just have to be willing to step up and do it. My heart to yours. If I offended you, I'm sorry. If I encouraged you or inspired you, yay, I did my job today. I love all of you. My heart to yours. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. Bye now.